Hey guys, it's Ramzilla here. So today we're going to be talking about a movie called Creep.
The ad said $1,000 for the day, filming services. Discretion is appreciated.
A yellow door. And realizing that no one knows I'm here.
Hi! Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm assuming you're Aaron.
So, if you don't know what this movie's about, this movie is about this cameraman who gets hired to film this guy for $1,000 a day, but as the day goes on, he realizes that this guy isn't who he says he really is. I know it sounds kind of cliche as any other horror movie out there, but this movie was actually quite impressive. I've been wanting to watch this movie for a very long time, and it finally came out on Netflix. Now, this movie, although it is found footage, it, uses it in a way that I haven't seen other movies use found footage. So, this movie is very short, and it doesn't take forever to be introduced to the characters. It's just like, okay, this is this guy, this is this other guy, this is what they're doing, Now, there was a scene where I got really awkward, even though I was just watching the movie and I wasn't the one filming it or anything like that. It was very awkward for me to watch. Oh man, the reason for that was because the guy that hires the cameraman tells him that he's dying of cancer and that he wants to film a video diary, I guess, for his unborn son. That's what the movie is basically about. And so he tells him to film him in the tub. And he's pretending to have a child there, even though there's nothing there. He's pretending to have a child there. And he's pretending to give him what he calls a tubsie, which is a bath. And he's just there, talking and pretending there's a child. And that was really awkward for me. And it was a really long scene. I was just like, oh, why? And I wanted to forward it, but I was like, I don't want to miss anything. So I just kind of let it, do its thing. Now, as the movie progresses, he does things where you're just like, really? Why? Like, why you gotta be so mean? And, you cannot but wonder what all this is leading up to. Now, what I mean by that this movie changes the found footage element of it was because there was a scene where, for example, it shows the guy digging a hole, and then the cameraman, switches the camera to himself. So you were watching the TV the whole time, but I really couldn't tell when they did the cut, when they cut it from you're actually watching what they filmed and from what you're watching from when man, this is kind of confusing. I couldn't tell from when they did the cut from when you were watching what they actually filmed, like the guy in person, to when you were watching the TV, if that makes any sense. Like, I really couldn't tell, and they do that twice in the movie, so I thought that was really interesting. Now, I will be getting into some spoilers now, and I will be talking about the ending. So if you don't want to know what happens in the ending, then I suggest you just skip ahead to see what I rate this movie, or if you've already seen this movie, feel free to stay. What happens in the ending is that this guy, after he leaves the cabin and some weird things happen, he starts getting these videos from that guy, and that guy sends him a video saying, I'm sorry, I went a little overboard, I'm a lonely person, so meet me at this public place at this time. And so he does. Now, remember when I said that he does some mean things to him? What I meant by that was that throughout the movie, he just scares him and scares him and scares him. And remember how I said that they did this cut where you're watching what they actually filmed, and then they did a cut and it turns out to be that you're watching the TV? They did that again. And it shows the killer, and you know he's talking, and he says, "You know what, Aaron? Out of all the things that out of all the people that I've killed, you're my favorite because out of everything I did to you, you always thought there was some goodness in me." And that makes sense because throughout the movie, he ends up scaring him like a ton throughout the movie. And I was just thinking to myself, like, you know, this guy is trying to do something nice for you because, well, besides the fact that he paid him for it, still, you tell someone you have cancer, or, you know, you're about to die, and it just gets kind of awkward. And this guy, even though it gets awkward, he sticks with them no matter how crazy or how much shit he does, you know? He just sticks with them. And for him to scare him every like couple minutes and stuff, it could get really annoying and shit like that. Now, and he goes back and he tells him, so, you know, you always thought there was some goodness in me, but what I don't get is that the guy creeps up on him from behind. He takes out this axe and just sticks it in his head. That's it. You know, why would you just sit there and not look back? And he makes sense, you know. I guess this was the only flaw in the movie where the guy just sits on the bench and not look back. I mean, if this happened to me, I'd be looking all over the fucking place for this guy, you know? I wouldn't just sit there. So, I'm glad that they actually addressed that. And he tells him, you know, what the fuck? Why would you not look back? But overall, this movie was really, really good. I loved it a lot. I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. I'm deducting a point because I felt like it was missing something. I'm not sure what. I mean, the ending was perfect because after it shows that, it cuts to him answering this phone call, and it's about another cameraman. And he tells him, oh yeah, this is what you're going to do. Meet me here at this time. Alright, my name is this. And he opens up a drawer, and he puts a CD there, and it says Aaron. And it's like a collection of all his victims. And that's where it ends. Like, I thought that was perfect. So, I don't know what is missing. I just felt like something is missing. So, if you've already seen this movie, let me know what you think about in the comments below. If you haven't seen it, then go and watch it. Come back and let me know what you think about the comments below. Subscribe to my channel for more reviews. And once again, this is Ramzilla signing off.
Why do you look scared? Don't be scared. It'll all be over soon.